I'm recording. Go.
Okay. First, let's do a quick recap. Oh, you know what? I fucking forgot the music. Hello?
Previously on
Hold
Avatar.
on, I gotta kill something again.
Loop. Okay. Anyways, where was I? Oh, a quick recap of season 1. Okay. So, you all, were
Got it.
just a couple of kids going to the Avatar Day Festival where you got to meet Dio, had a fun time. And then big explosion happened. Dio went nuts. Turns out that he's possessed by Batu. Whoa, crazy. And then Rava gave you all these marks and told you to go to the lion turtles to see if you were worthy, which you all were. And then you were dropped off in Sun Warrior City, where you met Arvine, whose friend got murdered by this white-haired woman, and you went on a little FBI investigation, where you found out that she was murdering everybody, and then she fled the scene, did a couple of dark spirit transformation to save the city, and then you headed over to the Southern Water Tribe, where Haru's reunited with his family. However, his sister was tragically missing. Very unfortunate. And then you guys went to Republic City, where a lot of shit happened. You met some interesting characters like Bippin and the Yudhishthir twins. You also met
in the
Asami, who became close friends with you. In Republic City, you encounter the white-haired woman once again. This time, you guys brought an end to her murderous schemes and turned her into someone who wanted to be good, as she wanted to be better. After your confrontation with Zilla, Asami took you all into her mansion where you got properly healed and taken care of. And you all decided during the month time skip between season 1 and season 2, several events occurred. Renzin J was let go by the police after your incident, scot-free, to continue going about his business as usual. He threatens legal action against all of you, but seeing as there's no evidence to support you letting a criminal loose, nothing comes from it. You all decided that it'd be best to split up to either catch up on family or do your own things for a little while. But eventually, you guys decided to come back together. To go to the Huzing provinces to deal with the dark spirit threat there, since it was closest. Even with Renzin J back, the protests against Spirit Tech have grown quite a bit. You would have noticed that. After weeks of dealing with the spirit threats in the provinces, you notice that you're not really making any progress. It's become a bit stagnant. For every spirit you take care of, another one shows up. You also start getting a bit of attention from the media as they start to take notice of your efforts. The stagnant relationship with the dark spirits is probably due to the continuous efforts of Spirit Tech, seeing as there hasn't been much change. You guys decided to go down to the Spirit Islands to try and find the other Rava Mark user that Zilla mentioned to you. And you are now a couple of days into that travel, as you are on the back of a dragon on a saddle. The dragon was provided to Haru for working for Bolin. You have all now gathered together on this back of a dragon that you guys can name if you want. But it's been a couple days travel. You guys have no idea how long it'll take because you've never flown before. You're kind of just heading south to the Spirit Islands.
Excellent idea, Arvine. Let's call it Scooter.
Scoot, scoot,
Scooter. Scoots for short.
scoot, scoot. And
That's what
I
we
like the
say
name.
when we got a boogie. Scoot, scoot.
But if literally anybody has objections, I understand.
Scooter the dragon, huh?
Speak now or forever hold your peace. I hear no objections. It's official. It's Scooter.
Oh God.
I guess so.
That was literally the first thing that popped into my head, guys. I have no filter. Scooter now. Hey.
I think it's a lovely name, Arvine.
Oh, thank you, Aki. So how'd you guys' spring break go?
You know, it went.
It was well deserved.
Wait, hold on. Did I? Oh, never mind. Did I ride to the Earth Kingdom with Táoqì?
No.
Okay.
Was that a thing you wanted? I don't
Yeah.
recall.
Hold on, let me
Oh. Okay. I mean, you could probably have done that. It was a month time skip.
I thought it was a week.
It was a month.
It was a month.
Oh, okay.
But you were
Then hell yeah.
separated for a week and then came back to deal with the threat in the provinces, which
Oh,
is why
gotcha,
you
gotcha.
leveled up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to go because I was gonna check on Ella and Steve and Jem.
Okay.
Ella, Speeve, and Bim.
Yeah.
That could have happened. That could have been arranged, yeah.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
That can.
And then I
be
left from the
arranged.
Earth Kingdom to the next thing that I did.
Okay. Got it. Eventually, you guys see Spirit Island in the distance.
Wow, I see Spirit Island in the distance.
It's getting dark, the sun's setting, when you see it. As you get closer, you get a pretty good view. It's a pretty large island, with this sort of lake system in the middle. It's mostly composed of forests with some mountains, some small mountains. But eventually, you land in a small village with large docks for fishing and ships. There's some buildings on the water and some on land. The entire Spirit Island doesn't have any cities. As you were looking around for a place to land, it's mostly composed of villages. There isn't a designated animal station, which is usually indicated by wings on top of a building. So you guys just land on the docks with Scooter. I need everybody to roll a history check.
Eat.
Oh my god, Beck.
Ooh,
Oh my god.
new season, new Táoqì.
um, Aki, you're poor, so you don't really get around much. You didn't know about Spirit
Much
Island.
at all.
Arvine, you didn't pay attention to the school. It's fine. Haru and Táoqì, you know that Spirit Island is where all the hippies live. This is where um, spirits and people kind of live coincide with one another. It's very sustaining. They don't do a lot of trading with like the Southern Water Tribe or the Earth Kingdom, which is closest to them. They're kind of their own thing here. Kaja, you're very familiar. You've probably raided this poor island before. um, the people here are very friendly. Um, they don't get a lot of visitors, so when they do get visitors, they're very friendly and accepting. They'll let anybody sleep in their guest bedroom. It's there isn't a sort of like set law here. It's mostly the villagers being led by one person in the village, and then they're all kind of separate. So, you now arrived at this quaint little village.
Wow.
Well, Jet's out and ready to party.
Okay. um, when Scooter lands on the docks, a fisherman that was right next to where you landed yelps. He kind of holds onto his hat as he's jumping back. Um, and he's like, "Oh, hello there, welcome."
Hello there.
Hello there.
The fuck? Is that the new Táoqì?
It's to match my wig.
Are you still wearing the fucking boo boo the
I
fool
don't
get up? Is that your new look?
I lost track.
Lost track of who I was. Nobody cared who I was till I put on the wig. So what are we looking for the other spirit mark person?
Mhm.
Excuse me, sir. We're looking for any sort of spiritual activity in the area?
Well, yeah, there's been a lot of spiritual activity. I got a spirit in my house.
Huh.
Where in your house, per se?
Well, she kind of likes to relax next to the couch. She can't really sit on it, but she likes to float above it, you know.
That's that could be worse. Would you would you guys be interested in meeting this spirit?
Yeah, I don't see the harm.
See why not?
She seems chill.
As you're talking, and you'll see that the village comprised of half sea, half land. There's a couple of nice spirits floating about. There's a monkey-looking one. There's a long, elongated bird flying above you guys. Um,
Oh boy.
and he kind of looks at you and is like, "Have you never been to Spirit Island before?" Probably not. We don't get a lot of visitors, but
I haven't been anywhere ever until like the past month and a half.
oh. Well, it's never too late to start traveling.
I've only heard of such a place, but I've always wanted to visit.
Oh, we're lovely here. Come on. And then he starts walking, leaving his fishing pole on the deck.
I'm very intrigued. I'll lead the group.
um, he starts leading you in. The houses are mostly made out of wood. There's more important looking ones made out of stone that look a little more modern, but for the most part, it's wood. Eventually, you'll see people kind of peeking out of their housing to take a look at you and then go back in. There's a couple of kids playing on the street who wave to you. Everyone's kind of curious as for new visitors. But he starts pointing and he's like, that's where we all take a bath. Over here is the only restaurant in the entire Spirit Island. And he points to one of the stone buildings. For the
Oh
most
god,
part, we
communal
grow our
baths
own
and a
food.
single restaurant.
The housings are more for show. Well, a lot of us like to live in the forest, but due to the rise in dark spirits, we kind of went back to the coast.
Has there been a rise in dark spirits here?
Well, I'd say about a month ago, uh, there was it was crazy. We heard about what happened with the Avatar, and then here we started getting dark spirits, and people started getting snatched in the woods. It was pretty crazy, but yeah, we have a lot of spirits here. They kind of traveled from the Southern Water Tribe portal and settled here.
Uh-huh.
And some of them aren't so nice anymore.
Well, how many of them aren't nice anymore?
Ballpark estimate.
Yeah.
I love you guys asking questions to the dumbest NPC I have on this campaign. Yeah, well, I'd say like a good chunk,
Okay.
like not
like
most.
a sizable chunk, or like a
Like at
less,
least
slightly
two?
less than sizable.
Like if you're putting your hand in the nut bag looking for good nuts, I'd say like at least 5 of those are bad.
Okay, I get you. Got a couple
Oh.
rotten nuts in the bag.
Yeah,
Now, hold on. You're speaking my language now. Are we talking like peanuts or pecans?
pecans.
Okay.
The fuck's
That's
a
a lot of
pecan?
bad one.
I think he means pecan.
The fuck's a pecan?
I sure
Isn't that
can.
like a bird?
It's like a sweet walnut.
The hell's a walnut?
Um,
Thanks for your support.
You ever had a chestnut?
Are you asking this to me?
Táoqì, you ever had a chestnut?
or an
know what
almond.
that is.
What about almonds?
Maybe?
Almond joy? Is that copywritten?
That's not in this world.
Oops. I mean, almond happiness? It's a great candy bar.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well,
I'll
Okay.
I'll trust your judgment.
so all these little mean spirits that are floating by.
Yeah.
They all come from the water place thing.
Well, most of them. Well, they kind of migrated over here a couple of years ago, I think.
Oh, so they
They've
like
kinda-
live here now.
Yeah, they live here. They've just been turning bad. I haven't seen one up close personally. But because I tend to stay near the coast, and most of the spooky stories I've heard are for people living in the woods.
I'm a sucker for spooky stories. You guys want to go to the woods? Get snatched?
Can we go
No.
get food first?
In that exact moment, you hear the fucking Avatar hungry sound.
The sun has set by now.
Oh god, I'm bleeding. What the fuck?
Aki, no.
What did
I'm
you
so
punch?
hungry that all my previous wounds are bursting.
Yeah, the sun has set now. If that changes your decisions.
I mean, we gotta eat dinner.
Does this restaurant sell street tacos?
Do they have
Hmm.
vegan options?
No.
Is that a no on tacos or vegan?
No on tacos, yes, and vegan.
Oh,
It's the Spirit Islands. Of course, they have all vegans. You'd be hard pressed to find a non-vegan option.
Mm-hmm. Alright, you guys had another restaurant.
I suppose we are.
Hell yeah.
Okay. It's got a saloon type door. At the
This
front.
town ain't big enough for the two of us.
You can kick open. Inside there is 3 people. There is a guy, very dirty looking, picking his nose in the corner. There's also a mother with her child. And 4 people. The fucking bartender. But they all look at you as soon as they walk in, and the bartender kind of peeks up, and she's got a ponytail, and she was currently in the middle of firebending a meal, and she immediately stops her flames when you guys enter, perks up, and is like, "Oh, hello! Are you guys here for some lovely food?" And she hops over the counter and puts on like a towel, uh, and a piece of paper as she's acting as a waitress now, and walks over to you guys. And she gestures to the empty table, to the 5 empty tables, and says, "Take your pick."
Oh, on a booth.
Well, we don't have any booths here, but I could get some wooden planks and just prop it up.
Oh,
You know
it's
what?
fine, it's fine.
we'll figure it out. Yeah. Don't
All
worry
right.
about it.
Aki, do you
What
just want the
can I
squishy
get
seat?
you?
Can we see a menu?
Well, my menu's right here, and she points to her brain. We got seaweed, also sea prune soup. We also got some rice and eggplants.
Can I do
Oh, rice and
the
eggplants.
seaweed salad?
Yes.
Oh, what on earth is a salad?
I want to try the prune soup.
Alrighty. She looks like she's nodding and writing stuff down. Taking everybody's order. And then she does a little salute and hops back over the counter. She gets a big bowl and just plops it, dumping sea prunes in it, some water, starts like boiling it with her firebending. the kid who's with his mom kind of peeks over her shoulder and waves at you guys.
I'll give her a little wave back. Gotta be friendly. Never know when someone's gonna try to murder you.
I give a friendly little wink.
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 And
Wink wonk.
the bartender waitress immediately stops firebending and is like, "Oh goodness me, I forgot the cookies." And John goes for something behind the counter and then hops over and starts waddling over to you guys. These are kale cookies, and plops a plate down in the middle of the table.
The fuck is a kale?
Now, there's no egg in this, right? Or any milk, because I'm a vegan now, so I
Oh.
just want to make sure that I'm not consuming any products from any living beings.
Anything that does, or will have a face.
Exactly. 'Cause I'm
I
a
couldn't
vegan.
tell you.
Wait, you're a vegan?
Yeah. I'm a vegan.
I heard that being a vegan gives you powers, because meat eaters, the 90% of their brain that they don't use is blocked by curds and whey.
Are you an airbender, sir?
Me? Oh no.
Yes, I am.
Oh, him?
Give me
Yes,
some meat.
definitely him.
No, I'm just typically, the nomads. They like,
Meat.
their plants.
And, yeah, it's okay. Táoqi's an honorary airbender.
Oh.
Just after seeing all the travesty going on with the spirit world, just systemic abuse. I can't stand to see another individual being hurt like that, and it really just changed me and my perspective on the world.
I see. She's lost interest and is now walking back to the counter.
Accurate.
That sounds about right.
So wait, Aki, you're trying to tell me that you've never met a kale?
Can't
The
say I
cookies
have.
that she presented look like hockey discs.
Are they green?
Yeah, they're green, solid, thick.
Pucks.
Yeah.
Oh man, you should see a kale when they're alive. They're adorable and super sweet.
We talking like sugar sweet?
Maybe a little better.
I mean, aren't we all sometimes?
Yeah. Let's go with that one. Wait. Fuck, prunes aren't meat, are they? God damn it.
What the fuck's a prune?
They're not. It's a sea
Arvine is
prune.
disappoint.
Eventually, she comes back with your sea prune soup. It's just water with sea prunes.
Oh,
And
I thought you said sea prawn. I'm so sorry. Oh well.
and she gives Táoqì his salad. It's just seaweed on a plate. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. Well,
What
wait,
about
what about
the
my
rice?
eggplant rice?
She also hands that to you.
The Goral's gotta eat.
It's eggplant, and it's carved
Gale
out.
rice.
It's carved out so that the rice is in the eggplant, and it's got some nice plating with like a mint leaf on top, and it looks really nice
hell yeah.
actually.
I'm munching. I'm crunching. I'm consuming.
The smelly guy eventually comes up to you guys as you're eating. It's like hey, are you guys gonna eat all that?
My
I'm
meal's
not.
already gone.
I'm willing to trade.
To trade?
Yeah, you got some snacks?
He looks into his pocket, pulls out some
Dry-
lint,
Dried sea
Uh,
salt, seaweed.
goes in his coat pocket, brings out some lychee nuts, and sets them on the table.
There's about probably a good 5 spoonfuls left. You want that?
Yes, please.
I'll trade you.
Thanks. He snatches it. Starts walking back to his table.
I give one to Jet, and then I pocket the rest.
Actually, there is a radio station, in here. She's in the right. She's old. But she's working. She's on a news station. Going off about shit. Let me pull up my news reports. You guys here. This just in. Lead researcher of Spirit Tech, Herrick Edan, was fired just this morning. There have been no statements from the company or Herrick himself as to what could have led to this decision, but due to the recent rise in protest, we hope that this is Spirit Tech leading the company in the right direction. In addition to Spirit Tech, CEO Renzin J has recently done a press conference to deal with the rumors and allegations against his company with how they've been dealing with spirits. During the conference, however, he chose not to comment on their company's methods. And it kind of crackles a little bit as it starts playing a clip of the conference. And you hear his voice kind of saying, "Here at Spirit Tech, our number one goal is to make life easier for you. With every home powered by Spirit Tech, we will donate to the homeless shelters all around the world because we care about the safety of our citizens." And then it cuts back to the news anchor.
Bullshit.
Even after this conference, however, the Spirit Tech protests have grown in Republic City, and President Geneva's association with the company has drastically lowered her approval ratings. Many residents are looking towards new up-and-coming politician Nezrin for the following election. In other news, there have been reports of a group that United Republic has coined as the Spirit Warriors, who have been fighting against the dark spirit threats in the Huzing provinces. We don't have any clear information as to who this group may be, but there have been growing concerns of dark spirits plaguing our world, so we're glad to see a beacon of hope with this group of fighters, whoever they may be.
Oh shit, guys, is that us?
They sound pretty cool.
How coincidental, we
Nice.
were just there fighting dark spirits.
Maybe we saw them.
Could be.
I'm sorry, who are we talking about?
Are you
I've got.
serious?
Gonna have a fucking stroke.
Who
Did
seems
you guys
cool?
see them? We should ask them for
The
tips.
spirit warriors.
It's
Whoever
us.
they were.
Idiot.
That's us.
Us.
Who
That
else
is
could
us.
it be?
I don't know. Zilla said that there were more people. I just assumed that more people might be doing something. World's pretty big. There could be more. Just doing what we're doing.
The waitress comes back, plops a check on the table. It's 5 silver for the entire meal.
Don't worry, guys. I got this one.
After Táoqi's history, spending 5 gold on drinks.
A cucumber. A single cucumber drink.
I am flabbergasted. I am appalled. I am so appreciative of this place.
To be fair, the food didn't taste great. The rice was good.
Hell yeah. Y'all got the short end of the stick. I got.
I'm
the
just
cool
glad it was locally sourced. I'm glad I know what I'm consuming.
I'm gonna
No,
give
you
a
don't.
2 silver tip.
Ooh, okay.
The hell's a tip?
All right. It is pretty late in the night. There are no hotels here. So
Where the fuck do we sleep?
I mean, I've heard this place is pretty chilled, so this sounds like a very bad idea, I know, but what if we just like knocked on a random house?
Uh-huh. Are you
And-
gonna be doing it?
Sure, I'm ready.
Aki has her hand over her eyes, and the other hand is just kind of waving back and forth, like she's saying "eeny, meeny, miny, mo" in her head. That one. We're going to that one.
Okay. What could
Looks
possibly
good.
go wrong?
The worst case scenario, we get rejected and we move on.
What is that one?
I don't fucking know.
There's
Close my eyes and
let's
just
say there's 3 houses in front of you.
Okay.
from left to right.
There's
It was the left one.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely zero thought went into it.
Okay. Lit. um this you knock on the door and oh, thank you. this this black lady, she looks a bit like she's in her 30s, 40s, opens the door. She's in it's hard to associate her with a specific nation because she's got a lot of colors going on with her outfit. She's not really sticking to the status quo here. But she does have a water bending necklace that is typical with marriages on, and she nods at you guys and says, hello, how may I assist you?
Hello, hey, how's it going? We're visiting, and
Oh,
we
you
di-
need a place to stay. Of course you can stay here. Come in.
Oh,
She opens the door.
That was
Oh.
easier than I thought it would be.
okay, yeah, guys, what the fuck? Is this real? Oh, okay.
Thank you so much. We
You're
really appreciate it.
When you guys enter, it's a quaint little home. Some nice little cottage.
Wow, a whole college.
Oh no, my books.
It's a very small living space with an old TV, and it's the kitchen. It has a window to the kitchen with the counter, and you can see what you presume is the husband cooking, and the wife kind of motions to him like, "Dear, we have visitors. How many? 1, 2. Oh, we need so much more food." And she starts going to the kitchen. Are you
Oh.
guys hungry?
Oh,
We
please do not worry about food. We have eaten just before we got here.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Feel free to sleep here, and she gestures to the living room. Um, you can also some of you can sleep in my son's room.
Is your son at home?
No, he's out right now. Hunting. He'll be back in a couple of days.
Oh, okay. Um, I don't know. Here's good.
I shot the son's bed. Is there room for two, or is that a solo mission?
it's a twin bed, so
Okay.
I mean you could squeeze in
Get real close and comfortable.
real close and snuggly.
It's a cuddly 2 or a, you know,
The
starfish
boys'
1.
room is pretty small. It's got the twin bed. There's some shelves with some books and some like what you assume is like the school teaching homework here. There is several like spears and water bending shit kind of on the wall. But
It's pretty cool.
That's
All
like,
right. I wonder how
Um,
Scooter's doing.
you left them at the docks. If you need anything, my name is Mickey. I'll be in my room. You can just give a quick knock. We were just about to eat dinner and head to bed.
Oh, well,
Oh,
thank you
for
so much.
giving us a place to stay.
No problem. Everyone here offers anyone a place to stay.
By the way, I'm Arvine. I don't know if you know any of us, so hi. How's it going?
How are you?
It's nice to meet you. Sometimes strangers don't like giving their names, so I didn't want to intrude.
It's very fine, and I am Táoqì.
Hello. And the rest of you, what are your names? If you don't want to say, it's fine.
Aki.
I'm Haru.
Hello.
Kaja.
And I'm
Nice to
gay.
meet you. Actually, let's see.
Oh.
Kaja.
Oh no! Oh no! I said,
Why do you look familiar?
That's a great question. I'm not sure I recognize you.
Honey, come in here.
Oh.
I think she's just got one of those faces.
And the husband walks in. Do you know recognize this girl? She just seems so familiar. The husband kind of takes a once over at Kaja and says, I don't know. We get a lot of visitors here. I just it's something about Kaja. She's like, yeah, I'm sure it'll come to me in the morning. Well, if you need anything, I'll be in my room.
You know, she's the daughter of 5, I hear. Last of her generation.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arvine is nodding in agreement with a blank expression.
There's something. Touchy rolled deception.
Okay.
Against that history check, hello?
Come on, season 2,
Yeah.
Táoqì.
Your vegan powers weren't enough.
I feel like that's not entirely true. But I don't remember much.
It's only what I've heard. I can't confirm or deny.
You know, if you think of what it is, please let me know, because I told her she looks familiar too. I don't know what it is either. I think it's just one of those faces. I've been thinking about it for how long? 2-3 months now?
She looks like this girl I saw on Republic TV, you know?
Oh,
Right, I get that all the time, actually. What was her name again, Táoqì?
Baja was her name?
Right, what a coincidence.
You know Baja.
Yeah.
Kaja.
She's huge in Republic City.
Wait.
What the fuck is
Well, I don't know much about Republic TV, so I'm just so busy I hardly have time to watch them. But you're probably right.
Yeah, like Baja, Faja, and Daja.
Oh, are
They're
they
all the rage.
Can
are
I
they
like
triplets?
fucking like nudge him to shut up?
Are you doing so stealthily?
I just don't trust myself. We're just we're just gonna cringe internally, and
Posted cringe. Oh no.
Just think shut up really, really hard.
You guys are a lively bunch. I'm gonna head to bed. It was
Trusty, thank
nice
you
meeting all of you. Welcome to Spirit Island.
You too. I
Thank
hope
you,
you have the
thank you.
sweetest dreams.
Thank you. Dear, is dinner ready? And you're, yes, dear. As he starts walking with two bowls.
I whisper, she's gonna wake up in a cold sweat, Kaja.
You just wake up screaming, I'm innocent!
Oh, no.
Hey, Jet, do you sleep?
Alright.
Oh,
Your lemur?
Yeah,
You
but
guys
he's
are
scared.
heading to sleep? Sleepy
No.
time? No?
I'm not.
You're not?
I most definitely am.
I
In
will.
fact, I'm already out.
After my vegan meal, I'm ready to sleep on that bed.
After such a hearty, filling vegan meal, I get to rest without a guilty conscience.
Did you guys know I'm vegan now?
Wait, you're vegan? Since when?
Yeah,
Vegan
I'm
clown.
vegan.
Wait, are the rest of the four of you gonna pass out right now?
Oh, you're vegan? Hold on. Let me tell you. I went and I did some CrossFit over the break and let me.
Oh,
I can't continue it.
it's tough. They honestly glamorize blue collar exercise.
Hey, say what
I
you
hate
want,
this.
but the
Gonna
Go to
result.
choke
sleep.
both of you.
Who is going to sleep?
I am.
Me.
Me.
Sleep
Okay.
check.
Kaja?
Yeah.
Okay.
After that, you think you can sleep?
She'll try.
So is everyone else sleeping?
Yes.
Okay. Then, as Haru is leaving, who's the closest to the door? Like the front door.
That's entirely up to them. Who's closest, guys?
Me.
Oh. I don't think Aki will wake up. But, as Haru is leaving, he's gonna tell Aki, we'll ask her if she can just, stay up for 10 minutes to let him back in. He's gonna go to the dragon.
Okay.
I am out like a goddamn light bulb.
Okay, well, I see I can't trust anyone.
Trust no one. Not even yourself, Haru.
What about
Not
the
even
people who live
Squidward's
here?
house.
The people who live here.
They're
Are they
awake.
asleep or eating?
They're eating.
I'm gonna go walk into the kitchen then.
Okay. She's there. Hello?
Hi, I was just gonna head out for a second, and I think all my friends are gonna pass out right now, so could you, let me back in a bit?
Yes. Of course.
Okay, thank you.
She slaps her husband okay, you gotta open the door, right? Are you going to the dragon?
Yeah, I gotta go get
Okay.
him some food.
All right. Scooter's
hungry.
on the docks. He seems a little sad that he was left behind.
I'm gonna. Okay. Hey, Scooter.
Scoop, scoop.
he perks his head up.
I'm gonna go get your food right now. And
He's a big boy. Like
Okay.
he's massive, but yeah,
You're
he
gonna-
perks his
you're
head
gonna
up like a puppy.
Just buy a whole goat.
how dare you?
I
What
don't think
do dragons
dragons are
eat?
vegan.
Game of Thrones here.
Yeah, what do dragons eat?
Whatever they want.
Meat.
Shit.
Yeah, whatever they want.
Can I have just bought him some food because I knew we were traveling?
Yes.
Good
Okay,
old
that-
sack of meat.
That would have been strapped to the saddle that
Okay,
you can give him.
I'm gonna go get him
Santa bag
some
of a
for
hot
dinner.
dog.
You just pass him a whole ass chicken, like you do.
I'm gonna chill with him. And are the stars out?
Yeah.
I'm
Can't
just gonna
believe
lay with
Táoqì
him.
is gonna lecture Scooter.
People are friends, not food.
When I look towards the island or whatever, is there any like grassy areas that are just open?
Roll perception
Okay.
with disadvantage because it's dark.
Advantage.
There's like slight plains that the village is like encompassed with, and then there's the forest that's pretty thick. The forest line. There isn't any like paths that you can see.
I'll lead him over to like, I guess near the forest, but like in the plains,
Yeah.
and just be like, okay, you gotta sleep here tonight. I'll be back in the morning.
He nods, and yeah, turns around a couple times trying to get a good seating position, and then plops down.
I love you so much. I'm gonna head back to the house.
While you're out, roll an Arcana check.
Okay. Do I need like? Is it just normal?
Yeah, just normal.
Okay.
Okay. So the island in of itself has, you can sense spiritual energy just because there's so many spirits inhabiting it. But as you're walking, you do notice that there's a slight glow to your hands once more, and they kind of go away as you get closer to the forest.
Interesting. Okay. I'm still gonna just head back to the house.
Right. Sleepy time?
Mhm.
Alrighty. You all wake up in the morning to a loud crash in the kitchen. There's some yelling, as you hear Mickey yelling at her husband, saying, "Why did you drop that? How could you drop that? It was so, you were holding it with both hands." As they're making you breakfast.
Do they
You
need
guys
help?
want any help?
No, he's got it all under control. How was your sleep? She kind of puts her elbows on the table and puts her head in her hands, very intrigued.
She's wonderful. It was okay. How'd you guys sleep?
Well, it was pretty good. Oh, there was some weird noises at around midnight, but besides that,
Kind of weird noises.
oh, like whoosh.
Oh,
You know.
Whoosh.
like whoosh or like whoosh.
No, it wasn't that. It was like a whoosh, you know?
Like
No.
I don't, but I
spooky whoosh.
don't-
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that hardly seems good.
I'm sure it was just the wind.
probably just the wind.
Hey, so how long have you and your husband lived here?
Well, we moved here when we were teenagers. Kinda ran away from home. Um, it, oh god, how old am I? She starts counting. It's 20 years? Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
so since you guys have been here, is the forest near here anything special?
Uh, well, uh, we like to walk in the forest, but we tend to stay in the coast. But I hear a lot from the folks that live in there that it's a lot like. Have you ever been to the swamps in the Earth Kingdom?
I can't say I have.
It's kind of like you can feel very in tune with nature and spirits while you're in there. There's a lovely place right in the dead center of this forest right here. What? Um there's there's a where the fuck was I?
There's a lovely place in the dead center of the forest here.
Okay, there's a lovely place in the dead center of the forest here. It's a sort of like a temple. It's very open, and people go there a lot to meditate and stuff. The Tenzin sometimes brings his kids over here to do his special airbending retreats.
Okay.
Hey, you mentioned that guy before, haven't you, Arvine?
Hey, God,
Mm-hmm.
have I been here?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, I did. He's not a bad dude. But I didn't know he came here. So, what do they do
Yeah,
here? I mean, meditate?
basically, I think he likes to take people places all around the world, wherever he deems spiritual.
Yeah, that sounds like Uncle T. So, uh, we go into the middle of the forest today, guys. I guess. Is that
I'm down.
all right? All right. Anyone? And what else? What else can we do here? Besides hang out with you, lovely people, it's fantastic. Arvine is still like wiping his eyes constantly because he's still fucking tired.
I'm
Well,
down to go to the woods.
I'm ready to venture out.
We
Mhm.
haven't even eaten breakfast, guys.
We're making plans.
Yeah, we don't have to go immediately, just, at a point.
The husband comes over with some plates, and he sets them all down for you. These all have fish. Looks pretty good.
Oh no.
It's mighty kind of you.
You're a wonderful person, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can you excuse me? I need to go to the restroom real quick.
Uh, sure.
Ooh, time to go.
The husband himself is a little chubby. Um, he's bald. And he's got a curly handlebar mustache.
Wow.
What a friend.
Thank you for being a friend.
Friend, a guy, a pal.
What's Haru doing in the bathroom, or was that you going to the bathroom, Sonic?
It wasn't me, it was Haru.
Oh, okay.
If I was leaving, I would not be that proper.
Oh, okay. I see.
Is everything alright in there?
Haru's just, he's just chilling in there. He's not really doing anything. Just, is there a window?
No.
Oh. What is this bathroom? Is there light?
Yeah. It's just a hole in the ground, though.
I see.
They don't have plumbing.
Was that me going Grobody or was that Sean?
I think that was Sean.
It was probably me.
Okay. I eat this fish ravenously,
It tastes good.
and then I start eyeing Táoqì because he said he was vegan.
With a mouthful of fish. Fish is a vegan?
What do you mean?
No vegan diet, no vegan powers!
What do you mean half and half isn't vegan?
It's gonna be harder than I thought.
Gelato isn't vegan?
Chicken
I
isn't
hold those
vegan.
I hold those nuts that I got last night in the palm of my hand, just kind of like clack them together in my palm in front of Táoqì and just kind of eyes fish.
You know, I could milk those almonds if we
Those aren't
really wanted
almonds.
to.
What the hell is an almond? Those are
They're
nuts.
lychee nuts.
That's the only kind of nut I've ever heard of.
I can milk those nuts. I'll just.
Sorry.
I hate everyone.
Okay.
You know what? You earned them. I'm just gonna set them in front of me. I'd like to see that process.
Oh no.
Just morbid curiosity.
All they have to do is soak them in water and strain them
No, you gotta
for 4 hours.
mash them up a bit, don't you?
Put them in a stew.
What's Kaja doing? I've had enough.
I don't know.
Okay. Are we heading out to the forest?
Yeah.
I'm down
Alright.
for spooky forest shenanigans.
If we're leaving and that fish is still on the table, I'm taking out an arrow and putting it on there and eating it like, a corn dog.
Like a corn dog.
You know,
Cornfish.
anything on a
If-
stick.
If you ever come back, you can always stay here.
Oh, thank you. Both of you are wonderful. But
Thank you.
hey, what do you think that was last night?
You know?
Are you?
Just
I
I kind
wish
of
I
like
could
lean
tell
into
ya.
Mickey and just. What do you think that was last night? The weird whooshy thing.
We've heard it before. I don't know. I'm not sure. Probably like some spirits whooshing past the house.
Is that a regular occurrence? A whoosh that loud? At least loud enough that you felt it necessary to mention it.
Well, spirits kind of make that whooshy noise. But they usually, tend to be quiet during the nighttime. So, I don't know. It's probably as a spirit that, had to run home late.
They do make that whooshy noise.
Mm-hmm.
They sure do.
Well, forest time. I think it.
Time for a hike.
Okay.
Where am I? Where was the bathroom? Was it in their house?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was just an outhouse outside.
Then I left without eating breakfast.
Okay.
Sucks to be you.
That's a 1 exhaustion point. No, I'm kidding. Haru, the same hand thing happens as you get closer. It doesn't stay forever. It's like a beep, you know, kind of notifying you of spiritual essence. And you do feel more spiritually inclined as you get closer to the forest. The forest itself is very densely populated with trees.
There's
So
trees in this forest.
Aki, since you are an outlander, you
I most
spot
certainly am.
a commonly traveled path that you guys can take.
Hey, I found a commonly traveled path that we could take.
Did we walk
Um,
past Scooter?
You did.
Okay, I'm just making sure he's still there.
He's chilling. Kind of looks at you guys and then goes back to slipping.
Scoot's such a good boy.
We both felt that compulsion. The same instant we shared the brain cell.
As you get into the forest, it gets darker and darker as the tree canopies kind of cover the sunlight. It's very nice. How are you guys walking? What's the pace?
Yeah, leisurely stroll.
Leisurely stroll. All right. Who's keeping the lookout?
I'm
Jet.
keeping my eyes on the path.
Jet?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him. Hey, you mind flying like around and see if there's anything weird going on?
Come.
Haru's gonna be like glancing at everything he sees, like, oh, what's this? What's that?
Roll perception checks if you're looking about.
Arvine, your eyes.
There.
Did you get glasses?
It's more of Jet's size, but yeah.
Táoqì, your eyes. Did you get new glasses?
Season 2, baby.
Season 2, Táoqì is back and better than ever.
Táoqi's
Haru?
a vegan and has lensless glasses.
Well, everyone kind of notices that there are like a couple of regular animals in the forest. But they're also spiritual beings, kind of glimmering about. They kind of peek in and out of, they phase in and out of existence. Some say hello, and the forest itself, like the path that you're traveling, is a little worn, so you figure that it's heading into the right direction. But to your right and left, did you see Haru? You eventually, every so often, see like a home, a wooden house, or
Oh.
or like a hammock kind of on there. You see someone is actually chilling on that hammock and they wave to you as they're playing on the flute. And it's pretty peaceful for the most part.
I'll have
Arvine,
a duet with my pan flute.
Mm-hmm.
Arvine and Táoqì, you notice that there's sort of like this rustling in the trees way above that's kind of been following you when you entered the forest, and as you get deeper into it, it becomes more obvious that it is indeed watching you and following you. Táoqì, you would just notice the rustling of the leaves. But Arvine, since you're using Jet for your eyes, um, Jet is gonna come back and kind of point up and do some lemur noises
What is it, boy?
with like charades. He's trying to
Somebody fallen into the well?
he's like he's clapping his hands together and he does like a fist motion.
I dramatically, make the visor with my hand and start looking into the trees.
You do see a foot.
A foot?
You see a foot peeking out.
Something's afoot.
There's
I
a
see a
boot
feet.
peeking out of the leaves.
I just look up and go, and like kind of grab my bow, not an arrow, and just kind of point at him and go, "Hey, bro, we're chill. What's up?"
When you do that, the person hops down. Very airbender-like in their movements, as they're hopping from tree branch to tree branch as they descend their way down, and eventually make their way to the floor where they land in front of you. And you see this. And he points the sword dagger at all of you and says, "What is your business here?" And it's very clear that he's trying to sound like his voice is deeper than it actually is. As he's trying to be imposing.
Yeah, we're just walking, man.
Exploring.
What's your business here?
I'm the protector of these lands.
Oh.
Nice.
Protecting these
What do you-
lands from what?
From the dark spirits, haven't you heard?
Well, do we look like dark spirits?
No, but drops the facade a little bit. I'm keeping you safe, citizen.
We appreciate it. That's awfully nice. You want to walk with us then?
You can be like our bodyguard.
That's okay. He puts his sword away.
I put my bow up.
Let's see. Oh. As you put your bow away, he notices the mark on your hand and immediately grabs it. Look at it.
On
Be
mine?
like, "What? You look!" And then points to his.
Oh,
Aren't they a little different? Mine's a tree.
And
they. I just kind of. Oh yeah, there's. Yeah. Okay.
and he makes his glows, and he's like, this is how I've been protecting the people. You guys have it too?
same hat.
And he finally takes his mask off, and you can see the good boy.
Oh, hello,
takes his-
Etsu.
He takes his mask off and says, "Hi, my name is Etsu. I didn't know there were others like me." And that's where we're ending the session.
Okay.